Clap once, clap twice. Jakira's hands are folded. She's in position 1. She's ready to learn. Bruin buck. Davion's feet are under his desk. His hands are folded. He's ready to learn. Everyone is ready to learn. Table 1. Everyone at table 1 is ready. Beautiful. So class, today's math message asks us, can we find